This is about maximising opportunities and trying to find the linkages which is going to, or linkages which are going to grow our businesses. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm running a business which right now is installing waste to energy businesses in Vietnam. So we're taking rice husks, we're producing electricity, and we're starting to do quite a good job on that. But we are very dependent upon our local ITA, who comes and advises us about the various markets.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing?
Good to see you again, David.
How are things going with your business?
Well, it's very exciting. You know, what we're doing in Vietnam, we're getting a lot of interest. We're getting capital coming in from Malaysia. The plants are being built. And we're getting at least a slice of the action. We're going to get probably 50 million of that project work back into the UK over the next 5 years. So it's really exciting.
That's excellent. Where are you thinking of going to next?
Well, we don't know. We could do it with a bit of help on that one. We got an inkling, but we don't really know.
Have you ever thought of Myanmar?
Not really, because it sounds a bit new, but be interested to hear.
Well, do you know, I have a good contact there through the UKTI network. Would you like me to give him a ring?
Yes, please.
And we'll find out whether there's any opportunities
yes,
there.
please. Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, who's that?
Hello, it's Dave Taylor. How's that, Lewis?
Hello, David. Lovely to hear from you. It's always nice to hear from one of the best international trade advisors in the South East. What can I do for you today?
Well, do you know, I was working with a very interesting company that are into distributed power systems in Southeast Asia from natural resources, and I was kind of thinking whether there might be opportunity for them in your area.
What are they burning?
Well, rice husks is actually one of the things that they're actually using to power their plants. I mean, is that something that is of interest in your area?
We've got plenty of rice paddy fields here in Myanmar, so that sounds of great interest because we don't have a grid, of course, here. All our infrastructure is very underdeveloped, so we would really welcome a conversation. Actually, you're in luck. I happen to have one of my colleagues from DFID in the room, and he was just showing me this incredibly good model. And I know DFID are actually funding some through their aid packages, some work in both energy, so I'd be very interested. Let me pass you over to John. John, do you have the word?
Yeah, maybe we could switch to Skype and I can show you this model on the screen.
I just get it onto my mobile phone.
Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, we were just talking. It's an interesting energy access program taking energy to rural communities, because you may know that the rural parts of Myanmar have limited access to power. But it just so happens that the mobile operators are trying to expand nationally and are wanting to put up 50,000 communications towers. Now, each of those towers needs access to generation. Using diesel is not environmentally friendly and it's a great cost. So we're trying to look at the opportunities for use of some kind of bio production. This model that some consultants made me would show you that each tower needs to be powered. If you take out a diesel generator and replace it by a little bio generator, it'll power the tower itself, and that provides communication. But all these little houses in the village can also take off from that and use the excess power. So it's a great sort of inclusive business model between business and the power generators. But 50,000 towers means 50,000 power units, which I suspect could be a good business
That could be very interesting for Chris. What about the technology involved here? I'm not sure. Is everything there covered, or is there any sort of initiative on that?
I'm not a technologist. That's where we like to. It's a great opportunity to work with the private sector to see what solutions they can come up to. But certainly have links with the mobile operator firms that might be of interest that you could pursue.
That would be brilliant. Is Innovate UK at all involved with that, or?
You'd have to check with Innovate UK. I'm a bit out of the loop on that one.
Okay, that's great. Well, thanks very much for that, John. I'm sure that's going to be of interest, and I'll connect you if I can to my customer. Okay, thank you.
I'm still on the line, by the way.
Oh, hello, Louis.
I was just going to say to you, David, actually there are other Asian markets which could be really interested in this whole conversion of waste to energy using rice husks. So, please stay in touch.
That would be absolutely brilliant. I mean, if you could help with talking to Chris about that, because he's not just looking now, he's looking for the strategic direction of his company. And I think he needs to know what's going to be coming in the future, as well as the opportunities that exist now. Is that something perhaps you could help with?
Absolutely. It's from Rangoon to Reading out.
Excellent. Right. I think I'll call my friend Nick at Innovate UK, because I think maybe he could help with that technology and see if there's anything there that might be appropriate to Chris. Ding ding.
Oh, hello, Nick at Innovate UK.
Oh, hello,
Who's
Nick.
that?
This is Dave Taylor. How you doing?
Okay, very well, very well. What can I help you with?
Well, Nick, I was talking to a company about distributed power solutions from natural resources, and it appears that there's a new project going on in Myanmar which is connecting delocalized networks into homes there. I mean, is there any technology that you're aware of that might be developed in that field that could be helpful to us?
Well, that sounds right up our street, David. We're actually involved in a power generation program, and I think we'd be very interested in taking this further. What shall I do? Shall I contact the entrepreneur, or will you contact him?
Well, what I was going to say is best for me to actually put you in direct contact,
Okay.
because then we can create a proper network with good communications, if that's okay with you.
Okay, can you give me his name and number, and I'll...
Yes, it's Chris, and it's 07735.
Okay, thanks very much. I'll give him a call.
Ding ding.
Oh,
Chris.
Hi, Dave.
Chris,
How are you?
I'm doing very well. And yourself?
Good, thank you.
Could I just introduce you to my friends in Myanmar, Lewis, and could I introduce you to John, and could I introduce you to Nick? All of them believe that there is an opportunity for you in Myanmar, and not just there, but in other countries in that part of the world. Would you like to be connected to them?
Wow, what an opportunity, because suddenly I'm getting the advice and the help that I need to get through that particular. Now, little role play. Actually, this is all true. All this about the rice husk and all it's true. We just thought we'd like to play on a bit of reality. So it's quite interesting how you can see what's real today could play into something real tomorrow. And Myanmar actually is an important market. But, you know, it's joining all the dots, it's bringing all these things together to actually get behind the ability to get into that marketplace with all the suppliers that we've got in the UK that can actually get onto that. And it's understanding strategically where things are going to be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time, which if we're clever, we can bring the technology, the finance, the people all together to get into that marketplace. And that's why we call this maximising opportunities, where you're taking the posts, DFID, local trends, global trends, trying to get some strategic foresight. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at you, KTI, okay, to talk to me, okay, and help me to get the resources around me to drive into those markets. Thank you very much.
Questions?
Okay, up next.